Good morning, everybody. Hope you're all having a wonderful week. Before I get started, I wanted to thank Monica and her beautiful daughter so much for the necklace. I absolutely love it. And if anybody has any interest in getting some of these very precious necklaces, get a hold of Monica. Her YouTube channel is I am Monica 57. And sis, love and light to you both. And don't let the Bible bullies get you down. I just want to say, having been going through this for a year and a half with many of them, it's horrible. Some of the hate, and from what your videos are saying, oh my goodness. And for a Christian to tell you that you're going to hell, wow. You can see why so many people have had it up to here with Bible bullies, Mike and I included. So, hopefully they'll just go away and leave everybody alone. It's fine if you have your beliefs in the Orthodox beliefs, but just leave everybody alone. Stop judging. Good Lord. Okay, now, the reason for this video, I wanted to bring this to the hearing community's attention because a couple of things have come up, and we know Jehovah's Witnesses are targeting the deaf community. Now, what brought it to my attention, probably about a year ago, is many of you know our daughter Shyla is a professional interpreter for the deaf, and she has many friends and co-workers that are in the deaf community, and it's a very small community. They all know one another, at least here in New Mexico. But she has a friend who is deaf, and she had witnesses show up at her door, and she thought they were nice Christian people and started talking to them. Well, they managed to get her name, her address, her phone number, and now it has been over a year of them harassing her. She has told them several times, do not call on me, remove me from your list. And we've been trying to help her to get rid of them. Well, now it's gotten to the point to where they're very aggressive and they will not go away, and Shyla's friend is asking for our help. So I gave her a few suggestions, and I just happened to go on YouTube. There's some who are deaf who are doing YouTube videos for the deaf community, and I found a couple of them, and my ASL sign language is a little rusty, but I did get enough to know that this person is really upset. And I'm going to put the link down below. Our friend Sherry, her channel is TTATTASL, TATASL, and she has a video that she put up April 13th, 2019, and it's news, Jehovah's Witnesses targeting the deaf. And like I said, she's got a clip here from someone named Regan, and this woman, you can tell she's really upset, and she's on a rant about Jehovah's Witnesses targeting the deaf. And I just want to mention that, first of all, this is a violation of the deaf community's privacy, because when a hearing Jehovah's Witness finds a deaf person out in the ministry, they try to get as much information as they can. Their address, if their name and everything is on the mailbox, they'll get that. And we know how they gather information. And then they turn it over to the ASL congregations. Whether that person is interested or not, just because they're deaf, they will turn that information over to the ASL congregation. Well, then the ASL congregation assigns somebody to hunt them down and to proselytize them, and try to indoctrinate them. And we all know this is what they do. But, I feel that they're trying to target ones that they consider weak. Maybe who have a disability, depression, just lost a loved one to death. We know Jehovah's Witnesses will target these people because they view them as weak, and you need the truth. And, I think that's how they got my mom. Is, she was at a low point in her life and just needed something. She was lonely and pregnant with my sister and had nobody to talk to, no friends or anything. And guess what? The sister that showed up, oh yeah, she became a good friend, and you need to start a study. Well, that's what they do. They target these type of people. And like I said, what they're doing is they're targeting the deaf. Now, years ago, there was never even ASL congregations. And then many of the hearing witnesses started learning sign language. Well, then they started, bringing in deaf ones, and then they started these ASL congregations. And I can remember when my daughter was learning sign language back in Wisconsin in the early 2000s. We had friends even in Arizona that said, hey, you're learning sign language? When you graduate, come back to Arizona because we're starting ASL congregations and we really need help. Several of our friends in the Cottonwood congregation and the Prescott congregation there in Arizona was learning sign language. They had groups that would meet together once a week learning sign language. So we know this is, they were targeting just like the foreign speaking congregations. And like I said, they've become very aggressive, and they feel that this deaf community needs to hear the good news of the kingdom, because it's Jehovah's Witnesses' job, their mission, that they have to preach the good news of the kingdom to everyone in the entire world. But anyone with like autism, depression, like I said, they target them and try to get them in. So anyway, like I said, I'm going to put the link down below to at least one or two videos of the deaf community and how they're really upset that the Jehovah's Witnesses is targeting them. And I just want to offer some suggestions. You can put up a sign on your front door that says no Jehovah's Witnesses. If they still will not stop, you write the local ASL congregation or call them, or show up and tell them to stop coming to your door. And if it really gets bad enough, you can contact the legal department in Patterson of Watchtower and tell them that you will get a restraining order if they keep showing up at your door. And if all else fails, call the police. Call the police and file a harassment charge. Now here in New Mexico, they do have anti-harassment laws, because we tried to, do that when the elders were after us on a witch hunt. We just wanted to be left alone, and we wanted to fade quietly. And, you do have a lawyer, write up a letter and send it to the elders and Watchtower's legal department. And of course, oh, we're not harassing you. We're trying to lovingly shepherd, ones who belong to our congregation. So that's how they get by that. But someone who is not part of their congregation, you can call the police. You can file a restraining order. No trespassing signs. See, if anyone, not just the deaf, but anyone who puts up a no trespassing sign, no Jehovah's Witness sign on their front door, if the witnesses show up, you can call the police, because it's trespassing. So anyway, that's just a few things that you can try. And I know we did a video years ago on our first channel, and I don't know if it's up on this channel, of how to get Jehovah's Witnesses to stop preaching at you. Because we had the same problem. One of Mikey's friends, who's an atheist, one of his mountain man buddies, just because he was out in the yard, and he's nice to everybody. Garrett is a really sweet person, And just because he's nice to everybody, was just talking to him, oh yeah, you know, and they were saying, oh, you know, what a beautiful yard and garden you have, and talking about, you know, flowers and trees and stuff that he has in his yard. And just because he was nice, they started showing up every week. Every week. And he told them, look, I'm an atheist. Stop coming. You know, I'm not interested in your religion. And so finally we told him, Garrett, just tell them that you're friends with Mike Brooks, who was disfellowshipped from the Taharas Congregation for Apostasy. And so sure enough, they showed up again, and he told them that. He hasn't seen them since. So anyway, if all else fails. So anyway, thank you for watching, and you all have a wonderful week. And if anybody's interested in being on the nail and coffin, or if you know of any Kingdom Hall in your area or somewhere else that is up for sale, let us know. And if you can get a picture and an address, that would be great. And I want to thank all of you so much for sending this information. You know, we've gotten a flood of emails the past couple of weeks, and so we appreciate you letting us know. And you can contact me at kimmybrooks at gmail.com. And we're working on the nails and coffin. I don't know if we'll get one done this weekend, because we got a couple other videos we're working on too. But anyway, so you all have a great week. Bye.